Hi there, this is Michelle Brent. I'm over here at the Montanari's Brothers Gold's Gym in New Haven, and I'm going to bring you through one of my chest workouts. Just a little bit of history about me, if no one out there knows who I am. I've actually been around the sport for 25 years, so I guess you could say I'm the longest and oldest running amateur out there. But besides the point, besides that, I love the sport, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a breakdown of my workout that I've did here at the gym today. Like I said, I went through chest. My first exercise was back to the basics. I did flat incline, or excuse me, my flat bench, and just went through the basics. I went ahead and started with my warm-up. I usually warm up first because at 52 years young, I've been around a long time, so yes, we do have some aches and pains. So I went ahead and did a little bit of rotator type of a warm-up, just with 10-pound weights, and then started with my workout. I started with flat bench. We started with, I started with 50s and did about 12 reps, and then I just progressed from there. Just kind of your basic, pyramid progression. I went to 60s, went up to 70s, and then ended with 80s. And I like to give myself like about a minute rest in between. Just kind of like, don't really count, of course, just kind of get a little feel. I usually work out with my husband, Bill. So that's kind of like, your resting point where, you're a little, you have your own time to rest, and he does his set. But today for this workout, I'm on my own, and which I used to do. I used to do a lot of my workouts on my own. I had my own gym actually in California about 10 years ago, in the mid-90s in California, Northern Cal. And I used to train a lot by myself, and then I also had my workout partners there. But so I have a lot of experience out there, you guys. But anyway, on to the workout. Then I went to Hammer Strength, good old Hammer Strength. What a great company, I love it. Plate loaded, and I started with 45s on each side. And once again, just a progression. I have to say that all the years of competing and or just working out, I pride myself and never have gotten a major injury in the gym, because I take my time, I go slow, good form. I had back to my gym, I had a workout partner and my partner in the gym that had very good technique, very good, and I learned a lot from him back then. So ever since then, I just kept that in mind. And once in a while, I like to do the hardcore, let's grunt and see how hard, how heavy I could train or lift type thing. But for the most part, I stay with good form. And then I started with 45s, and as you can see, and then I just progressed to adding 25s on each side. I keep it the 10 to 12 rep range. As the weight gets heavier, I still try to stay at that range. I try to pretty much, I guess you could say, either through that rep range or just when I can't go anymore. So that's kind of a general rule of thumb for my training. Then I went up and I added 10s and 5s on each side and do 2 sets there. Then I went on to incline dumbbells. So once again, back to basics. I love my dumbbell work. A lot of people ask, and I always get this everywhere I go, because being a little bit of a novelty where I go and the muscle, and people go, how much do you bench? That's always a standard question I get. And I tell people, and I'm very honest, I say, I don't bench. I've benched in the past. I've even done some bench competitions, just for fun, but the standard question, how much do you bench? Well, I don't. I do a lot of dumbbell work. It's just get a better range of motion. You get a good stretch, using the fascia, just stretching the fascia out better. And of course that breaks down in muscle recovery, and then I think that's just a better way to go. So my third exercise was incline dumbbells. It's more of a fly, actually. I did a fly. And once again, you get a better stretch. And I think with me personally, I like to work more of my upper chest because just to get the depth of the fullness of the upper chest, where I felt like was a weakness in the past. But this exercise is the third exercise. I start slower, lighter. And what I do is just go a little lighter. I go a little lighter with this exercise. It's once again for feel and stretch and contraction. So I go ahead and start with 30s here, 30s, and then just moved up to 40s, and I just stayed there for 3 sets. So once again, my workout's very basic, nothing fancy, just all feel. And then I ended off my chest workout with just your good old standard, not the crossover this time. I did my flies, my Pec Deck Flies, and just did 3 sets there. I believe I only did about 50 or 60 pounds. I didn't go very heavy. Once again, it's for feel and squeeze and the contraction of the muscle. And once again, I also do, like, in between, I stretch. I'm a very, very big proponent of stretching. I think, once again, that's another reason why I've never really injured myself, because I've always stretched in between. But as far as the chest workout, that's where that ended. And then we had a little fun, and I've always been known for my biceps. Yes, yes, I have. Yes, yes. So we went ahead and did a couple bicep exercises for fun. But we did, just by standard, as you see in the video, just some dumbbells, and I do it a little differently. Once again, very, very close to my body, no swinging. And I just used 25s, and what I do is just very, very tight, contracted movement. And as you see in the video, I do 1 rep with single and then 1 rep with both, as if I'm just doing like a barbell dumbbell exercise at once. And then the last, for fun, I'd like to do, well, I guess if you want to call it fun, I do a hammer curls. So that gets like your brachialis, which is the meat of the bicep and the side, where a lot of people tend to forget. And that just adds more depth to the muscle. And also went ahead and did some preachers. And this one is just the peak contraction for the bicep. Everyone says there's lower and upper, lower. There's the bicep is split, but really, I mean, when it comes to that, it's just mainly a genetics, because some people have like a lower bicep. I'm blessed to have a lower insertion in my bicep. A lot of people have a higher insertion. Higher sometimes tends to peak better, so I guess there's a positive for that too. But when you're lower, you have a little bit more muscle belly and thickness. So the preacher, could help in either type of body structure, but it's a good peak contraction movement to do for your biceps. All right, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up at New Haven Golds. I really want to thank Muscular Development, Robbie Durant here for having me here today. I want to talk to you, how could I forget about my my new business. Like I said, I had a gym before, but now I have what's called Michelle's Magic Morsels. And what's Michelle's Magic Morsels? Well, it's the best tasting protein cookie around. And I could say that and claim that because I'm the one, I'm the brand, I do everything. So yes, come and check out my website, once again, at michellesmagicmorsels.com.